Okay, this is entitled The Future Utopia the Elites Will Not Include You In. The beast system is almost installed. We're in the 11th hour. This is what I've joined together with my own research, watching various documentaries, experience from real life, linking what I've witnessed in reality, like the square box theory. It's like whatever you see in your reality that's happened to you. You know, like if services aren't running as well as what they should be, or you're a victim of one circumstance, and you kind of join the dots up with what you see on the TV or what people speak. I find that actually combats kind of fake news theory when it's actually really happening to you one way or another. You can actually see the narrative between the lines. And also aligning it with the Bible, running it through the Bible, their actions. This is my truth. And I take some of the things from the Georgia Stones as well. It's worth looking up that, and Agenda 2130 as well. The future of the UK will fold in by the use of change agents, see UK column, meaning jobs, shops, businesses, teaching sector, health sector, entertainment industry will all slowly disappear, and the people in it. Nobody will own their own home. They will take it away under the narrative of climate change or whatever suits them at the time. As I say, they can invent things and narratives, problem, reaction, solution. David Icke saying. Nobody will have independence of any sort. They cannot own land that they eat off, nor can they fish or buy or make their own goods. Everything you own will be gone forever. They will move what human stock they have into smaller dwellings. They will exterminate these 15-minute cities, which I've lived in one of those all my life anyway. They will exterminate what's considered weak first, that being old, illness, mental illness, being poor, and then they'll work their ways up. And as you can see, all classes are being rolled into one now. We're all thumbed under with all this economic destabilisation and hyperinflation. They will capture people via V2K and link them to the grid. As the undesirable people are phased out along with their pets, the world will ever become more dystopian. Sorry, I'm going all back to front because of what V2K people are blocking my mind. I believe children will be sex trafficked if they are deemed desirable. In the V2K, you will be captured as a sex slave for the entertainment of your handlers, where they can do anything they want, because you will be based in fear mode, as they have no accountability because it's no-touch torture, where it cannot be seen or diagnosed by a physician as it affects your brain nervous system. All your goods will be delivered and monitored by the grid. All cars of previous years will be phased out, and ones that will link up to the grid via 5G or onwards, or any other military kind of device. I don't know if anyone's seen the Chinese credit scoring system. They actually keep an eye on you that way, and they can give or take away at will, depending on who you're pleasing or you're not pleasing. Everything you own will be linked to the grid, as we say that there's fridges, phones, as you know, everything that links up to 5G will be monitoring you. Even these they call them strong shopping centres and stuff like that. How it's all totally monitored, and you go into the shops, that can lock you out of that. It's just beginning, all this, but everything you do and think and say will be monitored, and it's utterly evil. This is to enable the state, as I say, to switch on or off your privileges if you do not do what they want you to do. This could be anything from having demonic sex with them, humiliating yourself, or stealing something from them, or even gang stalking someone else. You won't be able to lead a normal human life, such as getting married or having children, because your handler owns you and you are purely for their entertainment, you will probably live until they get bored of you. The handlers are usually in multiple relationships and use you as a demonic sacrificial fodder for their entertainment. They say a lot of things that happen to me, like all the demonic cyber raping and stuff like that is punishment because I won't put my head down or have demonic sex with them. And you'd be humiliated. I just think that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. They really are affecting my brain today. You will only worship their religion, which is Baal worship, and them. They get off making you feel fearful so you can be in constant fear and grovelling just to get by and do basic things until they decide to switch you off. The grid will get information to use on future victims as it picks up via brain frequency on each victim. The grid artificially puts sensations, fear modes, into your nervous system to make you think you are more scared than what you are, and now they're actually restricting my breathing via sorcery. They claim that they can reprogram your mind via V2K, but I can only see that by using fear to make you obedient. They don't account for the human will, and some of us won't bow down to the beast, and it's that faith or fear thing, like taking the mark of the beast, but these people are actually taking you up as part of their frequency system, so frequency capture system V2K, but you can still choose who you want to be with, and I choose to be with Christ. I ain't taking no beast system or bowing to them. They can kill me if they want, I don't care. They claim that they use all sorts of frequencies and wonders to alter your brain state to make you do what they want. But they forget that humans can be very strong, especially in Christ. Christ reigns supreme, but man's knowledge and his machines, God laughs at their schemes. The entertainment industry have become puppets for this narrative, and they are prisoners too. As I've said in earlier videos, they have a three-way system of sorcery, V2K and physical bouncers to keep them in place. And they have to the ones who don't want to do full-on sorcery, or they have to do some sorcery, I think, to actually be left alone. I don't know if that's a furthering their global agendas, I don't know, but I know that it works on a kind of national level and a personal level, this sorcery. This is the things that have been let out to me. All our main services are slowly being turned over by change agents, and they are having to play devil's advocate by making sense of crazy policies and budgets which they have to make ends meet. Schools are having to deliver crazy ideologies and normalise them as much as they can, as they are between two worlds. As I say, they have to play devil's advocate, so they have to please them, and they have to please their, or come across as normal as possible to the average person, and obviously they've got their livelihoods and stuff like that, and they believe in the education system and they're carrying out their duties, but it's got ever getting more crazier as these silly policies are coming in that are anti-human and anti-bodily respect. The UK government is deliberately complacent with clowns in charge that don't intend to change anything, as the narrative is handed on a plate from their peers who are on a global narrative. And I believe these people are satanic Jewish occult mystics along with Freemasons, as I think I'm just finding out that they actually run through each other. Mystic Jewish, the people that follow that, a serpent seed and all that, and they're definitely not to be mixed up with the Orthodox people, because they follow the sensible Orthodox law that's written on our hearts and that's natural. And this is the way that this system is going to get overthrown eventually, because people have this inbuilt into them like a Windows program. People who are normal, but it seems like the further up you go up in the echelons, the more satanic it is, and that's because they've got a lot of the foothold, probably by keeping us busy with other things like technology and sweeteners and keeping a mind off it, and like change agents as well, and demolishing the family and everything that's good about the orthodox law that God laid down in the Ten Commandments that we should be following for our own respect and others as well. Let's have a look. Being buried will be a thing of the past, I believe. They will take back the land of the dead that are buried in. They will either cremate, break down bodies, or use a disintegrating liquid, or use people in satanic ceremonies where they can be eaten. Use your imagination. The ultimate aim is to get rid of people the globalists deem unfit, which was decided from your birth date, and I believe that was on me, that I was deemed a useless feeder and eater because I just could never climb up the scale. No matter what I did in education, just stayed low, and I didn't play the job thing eventually because it's just another form of slavery. And I've had circumstances where I've had to look after my mum as well, and my child who also has a disability. I believe we have been subject to poison all our lives to help achieve this, whether it be chemtrails, food, water, 5G, mind manipulation, having our rights taken away, having our basic human needs ripped away from us, whether that being in communities, being in a community, having a normal godly relationship, the way we view ourselves, the fact we cannot be independent, the way we can't own our own homes, the way we are ultra critical of ourselves and others, mistrustful, living in fear, rising costs of living, not being able to go out because of the lack of money, or being overcharged for everything, not having the most basic services running effectively. And we are one of the most richest nations in the world, but that only seems like for the few. The police will be done away with. The army, I believe, will be done away with once everyone is captured by V2K. As I've said, they emit bodily torture to make you do things. Like to control people and stuff. I don't know why I've put that. My brain's gone. I've heard this morning that from some of the other subscriptions I've got that they're thinking of force conscripting people for the Ukraine war, like our kids and stuff. So that's to fight the global narrative and probably to bump off a few kids as well at the same time. They'll probably keep them for fighting anyway, until they've got the whole world in their hands, I suppose. They use sorcery to interfere with your world, where things can be thrown about around you. As I say, this is part of their... it's all back to front because of my brain. This is also a testimony as well with what they're doing, so they're... you can see I'm absolutely knackered. I feel like I'm being squashed as a coin on the inside. The pressure to my head is phenomenal. I believe I'm being protected to a point because of God's appointing on me to get this out in public knowledge. And I know that a lot of the people in the music industry and main stay industries, they, as I say, they've got people that can beat them up physically and spiritually and mentally. So I've been put in a privileged position, but I am suffering. Also, if you don't comply, they can send gang stalkers to harass you. Unfortunately, our security service and the US security services are in cahoots with V2K willingly or unwillingly, as this would never have happened in the first place if we had a proper true system that didn't have technocrats that could hide these things, or they're probably all in cahoots anyway, the further up you go. So I've got come here. Like little puppy here. Here he is. As I say, they all of your world will be monitored by V2K, and what services that will be left on phase out. They will have access to your world to make sure you are doing the right thing. They've threatened me umpteen dozen times about my daughter not getting as much education at home as what they deem fit, because some of them are like teachers or they're from authorities. Now this is yet to be proved, but this is what my handler says, that they've got access and they can be part of the punishment as well. So I just take no notice and just do my best, because I'm in a really bad situation at the moment. And this little fella's so cute. All those middle sector jobs will be gone. No regular people. The entertainment industry cannot survive. Neither will the shops, neither will the doctor's surgeries, neither will the local or national government. Just one world order governed from one place, the beast system. Our children have already been mind-wrecked by popular culture, pushing for the trans ideology and the gay push of the 1980s. The people who are pushing these ideologies do not care about people of any sexual orientation, as long as they are being mentally coerced to hate anything that is God-given and natural about themselves. The globalists will do anything to further their agenda, which is basically anti-God, and to cause division and discord to get their beast system in place. They do not want any of us to repopulate the earth. They want men and women not to be able to sustain a long-term relationship. Using sex as the only means to hook up, as I say, in popular culture we've been brainwashed with this quick sex is the best and all that in the end. It's just hook-up culture. They want people, particularly of the enforced transgender mindset, to hate their bodies, cut it up and live in an ever self-punishing mindset for the rest of their lives, never being happy or content with who they are, without having any real connection with anyone. I saw like something pretty sad on Facebook with this woman who was having having a relationship with a sex doll, and she had the breasts bound, which seems to be a topic of the month, and she was a trans, and it looked really sad, like when I thought, why isn't this woman having a healthy relationship? And this is the way it's going. It's just artificial to the core. Every buzzword or movement such as Black Lives Matter, counter-terrorism, Occupy, Pride, climate change will frame the individual, but really it's the elites that make the problem. Reaction, then the solution, said to coin a phrase from David Icke. So the perpetrators are the ones that accuse us of the problem, are the problem. Illegal wars to gain further their agenda of globalisation, to further displace, cause chaos and eventually capture every human for their new religion, which is rooted in the beast, the devil, which includes the World Health Organisation, who has a snake and staff on their symbol, and the United Nations, and anything that's under the globalist umbrella is all just going one way towards the globalist idea of worshipping Satan, basically, and just making everything as false and inverted as possible. See, these people that are pushing this agenda are not the average person. They are driven by pure evil. I wonder if they are human, to be honest. They are aroused by torturing people. They love pain to others and themselves. They can't sleep at night unless the others that they are controlling are in maximum anguish. These people who are at the top of where they shouldn't be. They kill children, they traffic children, they get their kingdom by illicit means, by criminality, by converted means. They are in the shadows and they are quickly gaining ground. They are silently in control of the clown government that change faces and names, but they still remain the same. They own most of the land to farm their own GM altered products. They make laws coming from the EU that enforce the globalist agenda that's taking away our independence with what we own. Businesses or to operate as a nation, they're the one making me short of breath, putting pressure on my chest. I'm just wondering how long I've got to talk like this over the video, but God says that she'll go down like a bomb, so he'll work it out, because some days I feel like I'm not going to make it. How do we put this right? Well, I feel we may need to act of God to intervene on this one, as the V2K especially is out of the basic person's reach to switch off 5G or any other kind of military device that's pushing this demonic signal out to capture people. This technology belongs to the technocrats, the technically skilled elites, who have the information we aren't allowed to access because they can. I say, who sold us out? But God has made it clear that they are part of a huge order, that their time is coming to an end, and it's going to be turned on its head somehow. All I can say is we need to do our bit. If the targeted individuals could link up somehow and make it more known on YouTube with their testimonies, that would be good and encouraging to other people who are suffering in this right now, like myself. What do you do when a justice system is being etched away too? All I say is we need to start speaking up. As they say, that if people are ever more compliant in this world takeover, then they're going to get their own way. Our free speech is being taken away, and speaking the Lord's truth is becoming a hate crime, which, by the way, is the most fair law on the planet when applied properly. That's why these Satanists that's why these Satanists are so scared of Christ's teachings and the Bible, and also the Masons claim to be like kind of religious neutral with their applications of what they do, but they never teach. They take from the Bible, the first one, which could be the Jewish link, I don't know, but they definitely won't acknowledge Jesus Christ, because I believe he's the most dangerous to them. And I'll leave it with a Bible thing. John 8:31-32. The truth will set you free. So Jesus said to the Jews who had believed him, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you know the truth, and the truth will set you free." So I believe that this law is the natural law written on everyone's hearts, and like this is going to be the thing that's going to overthrow them, because we're all going to link up. It's like God gave me a vision to one of my songs, which is what I did with my brother Noah's. I forgot what the bloody thing is called. I'll probably put it at the end. It's like a vision of like people in these sort of brain helmets linked up to God. So that's like it's like an opposite way to V2K. So it's like the moral law that's written on our hearts and our minds. So like that's going to be the most dangerous thing when we all link up and start slamming down the truth to these people. And that's how this nation is going to get back to where it was great. And I know that Crusaders have got something to do with that. While the dog licks my brains out, I shall go. Bye.
There's a division in society, where to place all your loyalty. Please to breathe the ocean level song. On the street there is the feral class, with broken dreams and smashed up glass. Speak for greed, the anger level song. Are you on to something that don't feel right? The noise I hear in the electro void, other voices wanting to be